G'day, Finru here. Welcome along to Homebrew Wednesday number 26. This is take 2. I had it all done. Camera froze. Went back, tried to do it. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do a quick video. Get you guys up to speed with what's going on in my brewery. And let's pour a beer. I'm out of homebrew. But the Yorkshire bitter, the Partington bitter, is done. And it came in, this is Wigram Brewery's beer. This is 5.5%. This is their hazy. And I think you think I'm really good at pouring beer, don't you? Well, why not? If you haven't got time for your beer to settle down, what do you have time for? So what we got is the Parting beer. The beer was turned out really good, but brew day was an absolute disaster. I had to go at it one day. There were things that went wrong. My yeast starter went well, but the top popped off the britty whatnot, and so I couldn't use that. And then because I didn't want an infection, and mash tun that I'd given to my daughter to feed her chickens with the spent grains. I don't know why I thought that she would rinse it out and bring it back to me in nice condition. That was never going to happen, and it didn't. So that came back mouldy and smelly, so that had to be washed, and so I just went back to bed basically. And but the next day that I came out here, although still very fatigued, I managed to get the brew day up and running. So the short version is, I'll just quickly run through the grains again. 3.5 kg of English pale malt, 350 grams of medium crystal malt, 200 grams of wheat malt, 100 grams of brown malt, and 75 grams of light chocolate. My mash pH was 5.4. My sparge pH was 5.3. Unfortunately, because I had issues with the thermometer, the electrics on it were shorting. It wasn't working very well. I had to kind of wing it. I ended up with a mash temperature of 63, which was a bit lower than I wanted, but never mind. I'd done another yeast starter, that went in, that was fine. Everything went well after that. So I ended up with 1044 and ended up very low at 1006. And if I've got my little high-tech computer here. Let's have a look what we're going to get. Bloody hopeless. It's been in the dark and the battery isn't charged. You know what they're like. Anyway, so 1044 to 1006. That's going to be, what are we going to be looking at? A 5.5% beer, possibly. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's going to be nice beer. I had a wee taste of it. I did the calculations. The colour, I think you'll agree that the colour's quite nice. I don't remember whether I put a wheel flop tablet in it to clear it up or not, but I'll cold crash it down for a good 4 days and maybe add some gelatine to it, because I can't remember whether I did it or not. It was a bit of a rough day actually. This is Wigram Brewery's new hazy. Oh, and I've got to show you this too. So they've got 2 new beers there. I have to get through this because I don't want this video to go too long or my camera will freeze again. So this beer here is this beer here. It's called Tail Gunner. She's a cracker. Look at that artwork. Tail Gunner, like the Iron Maiden song. Tail Gunner. It says on the back, there's a little caption on the back of the artwork. Are you drinking back there? That wasn't a Mr. Smith, you clown. It was one of ours. Pip pip. So that's cool. It's a bit of fun. Although being a tail gunner in the war, I actually know a guy that used to live over the back. He was a tail gunner in the war and survived it. Fuck me. All right. So they did their thing, didn't they? So yeah, lovely new can, nice new beer. It's this is very fresh. I feel it's very fresh. Of course, I just went into the Wigram Brewery today, had a great chat with Paul, and yeah, that's really. You can see I've drunk all that because I've been doing this video, and That looks really good. That's a lovely can. Nice can. Cheers. Did I say welcome along to Homebrew Wednesday number 26? Cheers. Very hot and sticky here in Christchurch. So, and another new beer they've got is Aviator IPA coming in at 5.5%. Another cool can. So Wigram Brewery, so the name Wigram is synonymous with aviation in New Zealand, and it was an Air Force base, been closed down now, but it was an Air Force base, our training base, the Harvards for training pilots, and they also had 3 Squadron. My brother was in 3 Squadron, flying the Iroquois helicopters. So yeah, it's massive. And they also used to have a Lady Wigram race day years ago, where they had race cars doing their thing. Used to be, I think it was January or February. It was fantastic, big day. The cars used to race around the whole of the aerodrome, and it was awesome. So it was a big place here in Christchurch. It's all gone now, and it's all housing development. Things changed. So, but very interesting bit of history. So Wigram Brewery. So it was great to have a chat with Paul today at the brewery, and just talking about a few things. Things are ticking along okay there. I'm really quite proud of them, actually. So the brew day, I got through it. It's fine. How we doing? I just really don't want to. Brew day went really fine. I managed to sort out the if you've got one of these and you've got a new cork for the top and you start to put it on, you'll find that it'll pop off all the time. It's a pain in the ass, but you'll find that if you just persist with it, keep putting it on, screwing it down, and putting it on and screwing it down, eventually it'll mold itself. You can see it's sort of molded itself to fit the jar. So before it was like you know, flat there. Now it's got this groove. So it'll stay on now. It'll stay on really well. But beforehand, it can take a week, a few days, and it's a hot day today, so it all helps to keep things soft. So that's about it. So the Yorkshire bitter went really, really well. And big shout out to Yorkshire, to Mr. Partington, who has an OBE. He does indeed have an OBE, Mr. Partington. Stands for over bloody 80. Top man. Top man, Mr. Partington. OBE, over bloody 80, love it. Yeah. So, you know, the Yorkshire people are really funny, so I've had a wee bit of, connection sort of there. Enjoyed finding out about Yorkshire bitters and what makes them tick. Whether or not I've come close to achieving it, I've got no idea, but I'm going to brew it again. My next brew up is going to be do it again, but this time hopefully I won't be so strung out, and I can, I've really, you're always trying to improve your act. And so I'm hoping that next time I come out here, I'll be able to make a better job of it. So, but it tastes beautiful, it smells beautiful. So, yeah, Yorkshire bitter. That's about it, I think. Yep, I'll call it quits. Very, very hot in here. I hope you guys are brewing really good beer. If you're having any troubles, send me a shout out, and we'll have a wee chat. If you've got any problems with your beers or whatever, can't say I'll solve them straight away, but yeah, it's all good fun, and it's all a good camaraderie that we have with everyone, and I really enjoy it. So cheers, you guys. You take care.